You're good.
So you should have
proud of you. You're a techie gal. Welcome to the tech
something
world.
else, right, Lori?
We're both hands.
You get to do the musical intro, Lori.
All right, dear. Do you want me to click? Do you want me to click OK now?
Yes, please, and then do your thing on the black and white over there.
All right, dear. Okay.
Lori, there's no volume. There's no volume. Did you mute it?
I don't think so. Let me check, dear.
Well, now I can hear you, but I couldn't hear the piano.
Okay. Well, let me try it again.
No.
That's weird. Why can you hear my voice but not the piano?
Isn't that weird?
You should be able. Let me sing. Infinity is love. Universal galaxy. Hear it all?
The sound from the piano does not come this way.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
But you can hear my voice.
When you're looking right this way, if you look forward, I can't hear you.
Oh.
That good. Isn't that weird?
So that's very weird because I wonder, I'm gonna hold the phone up and play a chord. See if you can hear the piano this way. Can you hear the piano? Okay, can you hear it here?
Try some more notes. I can't hear anything.
That's so weird. I wonder if it's just it's checking it out. That's weird. Well, that could, let me see. But you can hear my voice, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
maybe we should do an interview without the music because the music isn't working.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
So weird.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously the speaker's working, it's just not getting the piano.
Yeah. That's so weird.
That's so weird. Okay, try that. I just want to see if you hear it. Otherwise, we can do it without piano. Right?
I can hear it, but it's very muted that way. It's like a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
But my voice is fine.
Your voice is perfect. I can see you. I can hear you. The minute you touch your piano, I can barely hear anything.
Wow. Okay. I'm just curious about that just for a technical reason. We'll try it and then whatever. We don't need the piano. Try it. I'm going to play it louder.
Yeah, I heard one note.
What? Really? Not chords? Just
I heard one bang.
All right. Well, we'll just do the bang and then we'll talk. Welcome to the tech world. We have no idea. It's a mystery.
Yes. Do it.
Okay. No?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. That's kind of funny. Do you think it's my phone?
No, I think that there might be a ghost inside your piano.
No, seriously. They don't call me magical for nothing, Linda, including my men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Friday nights, I can't be on this interview too long. I got a lot of bodyguards to juggle, baby. And of course, you got to see these boots. I've always wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, but I'm a comedian. All right. You know what? We'll just say it. We'll say it. We don't know. It's haunted. It has my voice, but it won't get my piano. I don't know. What do you want? You're the boss.
Well, let's do this. Lori Larson is my guest today. In case you didn't know, this is an off the wall. We took a left turn like you wouldn't believe. Let me read you her introduction and we'll get to her interview. But music is not coming through to my computer. So, lady Ms. Fabulous here. She's a small town girl, she says, discovered in comedy in New York City. And while she was doing music, she's trying to do her music for us, but it's not working. She's got a growing brand, and no one can be you better than you. So let's get to know her. What do you say, guys? She's sitting here trying to play her piano for us, and the music internet world isn't letting her. So let's talk to her. Welcome to the stage right now, Lori Larson, Ms. Fabulous. Lady Miss Fabulous, hi.
Darling.
Darling.
Are we on? Are we recording?
We're recording. How are you?
Oh, how are you, darling?
I'm doing fine. I got Marilyn Monroe over here watching over you.
Well, it's funny you say that because a lot of my guys, they say I'm the modern Marilyn Monroe, and I say, meets a little bit of our lovely vintage Mae West,
Yes.
When people ask me, how are you? Whoa, I have a little message. When people, how are you, darling? And this is my little phrase, because that's such a, when people ask me, how are you, darling? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. I say, do you want the movie, the trailer, or the series?
My goodness sakes. So you're in New York City and you started doing music and got discovered into comedy from your music. Tell us about that.
Okay, so yes, I'm a small town girl from the Midwest. Can you hear me? Is the volume working? Okay, small town girl for the Midwest, go Packers. And farming and everything, it all started out in a garage. Well, the circus, a lot of things. I do live in upstate New York because I can afford that. And I'm in New York City all the time. I'm going down actually in a week on the bus, take the bus. And yes, music first, dancing and music. I was working on a one-woman show in New York City with my Broadway guy. And he said, "You're hilarious." And I thought, I don't know what that means. If you're laughing, I have no idea why, okay? And he said, let me get you set up with comedy. So he got me set up with comedy, and I said, I've never been to a comedy club. My small town doesn't have one. What is it? So the first time I been to a comedy club was when I was in a comedy show, and that was Dangerfields before the pandemic, right? And then that closed. But so it was a wild journey. I don't know. And then one thing led to another, and I don't know, the comedy kind of took off. And now my brand is growing. Lady Miss Fabulous. I love her. She helps me get through life and a lot of other people. And I combine the music and the comedy like a female Jack Black, right?
Wow. That's so great. So somebody discovered that you're funny and you didn't even know, you didn't even think about that.
No, ma'am, I did not. It was my Broadway guy. We were working on the one-woman show for music, right? We were gonna, do a cabaret show at Mamma Mia's or something like that, 54 Below. And then I had no idea. I've been walking around my whole life, getting in trouble, sent home from Catholic school. I mean, why didn't anyone tell me? I still don't know what it means. I just say things. And people do this laughing thing. And so I go, okay.
That's absolutely the way it should be. You should be a natural. That's, so many people are trying to be funny. And then there's a few people out there that are naturally funny.
Well, I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. If they're laughing at me or with me, around me, it doesn't matter. I just, we got to laugh. We got to have fun. And like Lady Miss Fabulous says, no one can be you better than you, Linda. And no one can be me better than me. And we are all Lady Miss Fabulous. I don't really know what that means, but it makes sense somehow, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I recently had somebody tell me, if anybody asks you how you are, tell them you're fab, because you're in charge of your feelings, your attitudes, and your beliefs, and everything else you have no control over.
Yes. Mindset, growth. We define who we are. We are all Lady Miss Fabulous. We decide. You are the quarterback of your life. We are the quarterback of your life. And that's when my brand really took off during the pandemic, and I was advocating for everybody's rights, and I just really feel we got to self-define. We decide,
Yes.
because if you don't have a plan, let me tell you, somebody else will have a plan for you. So you better you better define yourself before anyone else does.
They
right?
will too. That's
right.
right. So do you do like concerts or with your music? Tell me where you perform. I want to hear about your one woman show. Tell me about that.
Can't hear that, right? The chords?
I hear like clunk, clunk. I don't hear.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
All right. So my background art is opera, musicals, and then I transformed into one woman shows where I would do like songs and then crack jokes. And now I write silly love songs and post them all over my media. I write them, I play them, and I sing them. And they're good funny. Like when you listen to them, they're like good and they're funny. And so now I just write love songs all day, all night. I wake up at 3 a.m. and write a love song. I love to write. It's kind of like, Taylor Swift, but I'm like comedians, a Taylor Swift comedian or a Dolly Parton comedian, because I write all these songs, but they're funny too. So.
Oh my goodness sakes. So, okay, so tell me about that one woman show. How long was it? Where did you perform it? How did that go?
It was great. I did a bunch of them. And I may be doing another one. I've done comedy shows now. Really, my shows now have evolved into comedy shows. I'll produce them and put my comedians on there, and they have a little bit of music and comedy. So that's what I do now. But the one woman shows, I did a bunch of them. I did one in my hometown, and guess who else? This is a throwback name, but they did a movie about him, Liberace. Okay, so
Wow.
they just did a movie about him.
Wow, Liberace. Wow.
Yeah, I think the movie came out a few years ago, but I love, he's a wonderful, he's wonderful. And I guess he performed in my hometown. I didn't know it,
no way.
Before my time. So, but so that's the Al Ringling Theater in my small hometown, where there's the Al Ringling Circus. So I've done those there, and then I've done them all over in New York, whatever. But now my one woman shows are really comedy shows, which since I don't know what comedy is supposed to be, I just do it, right? So I add music, and I'll host it, and I'll put comedians on there, and I self-define it, right?
That's great. My goodness sakes. There's a guy out here. His name is Little J Gambino. He's very musical, and he does 2 shows a week that are huge. So if you come to Vegas, I got to hook you up with Little J Gambino.
Oh, I love that. That is my next little adventures to Vegas.
Yes.
I love Vegas.
Yeah.
Look at me.
I'm moving to New York somewhere in February. I don't know where I'm moving to yet, but that's the goal, to move there in February. And you got to come here before then and meet Little Jay. He's an entertainer like you.
I love that. I love that. You know, entertainment, it's in the blood, you know, you do. And it's always the fun thing, it's always transforming alchemy of entertainment. It's like, you know, from one thing to another, and it's all one, it's all entertainment. You know,
Yes.
I'm walking entertainment every day. Walking entertainment every day. My ex-husband said, I love you, but I can't live with you. It's like living with a genius. I'm like, all right, honey, keep it moving. I love him though. But you know, having a husband is so hard, Linda. So you know what I do? I just collect bodyguards.
Where do you get your bodyguards? How do you
Oh,
find them?
honey, I just recruit them. You know, they're bouncers, security guys. I just love them. They're wonderful, and I just bring them to the team, and you know, they help me with my street smarts. I'm working on it. They call me Alice in the Hood, and I'm working on my street smarts.
So what made how young were you when you started performing in your garage out in Wisconsin?
Oh my gosh. Well, a little kid. I popped out performing. Okay. They as a baby, my family was putting me in the Christmas shows. I don't know what they did. I was a baby, right? But they'd be showcasing me as the baby. You know, you know, my dad says, well, I don't know if I should say this on live, but well, oh, my family already knows. My dad said, she's my most talented child. There's 5 kids, Linda. I was like, oh no. All right. But so they would just pass me around. You know, I'm the baby. They would just pass me around. And I don't know what I was doing as a baby for my gigs. Okay. Then I got, you know, I could walk, and I'd be putting shows on. And then I could start walking in my garage. And I'd have all the people in the neighborhood in my shows. And then we also had a circus in our town, the Al Ringling Circus, and they had summer shows for the kids. And so I was in the circus too. I mean, it was just in my blood, always doing a show. You know, and I just, to me, you know, that's how I am. Every day, it's a movie trailer or a series. Every day, it's some show, you know.
How early?
I was at Home Depot. Yeah, I was at Home Depot. You know, because I do all the work on my house myself because I love it. It's fun. I have a fixer-upper house. And this guy goes, are you doing your show right now? Because we were joking around. I go, no, but you can Venmo me $20.
So how young were you when you started writing songs?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? That just happened. I don't know what. I've been in music and I've been singing. And I've been paper trained, I call it. You know, I have a piano teacher who was like, girl, boy, she loved me. I was 7, 8. She's giving me Chopin. So I was trained in all that. But I just started writing love songs. I have no idea where that came from. I just say it comes from the creativity source, and I just running with it. And, you know, that's how Lady Miss Fabulous is getting trademarked on comedy, music. I do coach singing and piano and comedy. So I don't know. I just always say, keep doing it all. And alignment and creativity is the mojo.
So yes, so tell me, you did Rodney Dangerfield. How was that? That must have been so exciting.
Oh,
Before the pandemic, it was the old Dangerfields. Now it's Rodney's. So what was that like?
oh, it was amazing. You know, like I said, I've never been to comedy clubs. I was like, I had no idea. And I was like, whoa, this is great. And it was just right before the pandemic, in 2019 or whatever, you know. And it was, you feel it. You felt the spirit. And now Rodney's is great. I got to get to, I haven't been to the new one yet, but, and then, you know, I would do Broadway Club. I've done Funny Bone, you know, and I went out to LA. Oh, you would love it. So I was out in LA, and this is what they said. Are you like famous? I go, I don't know. What is that? I'm just having lunch. And then like, oh my God, you're gorgeous and you have a gorgeous spirit. And I was like, you know what? thank you for noticing my spirit, okay? Because I do have a big heart. My goal is really just to make the world a better place every day. And that's what I really want through what I do. You know, they don't call me the Dolly Parton of comedians for nothing.
So tell me, what does it look like in the future for you that you can tell? What are, you put on shows and you have comedians be on your shows. I applaud you for that, because comedians can be difficult.
Really? Oh, I have no idea, sweetheart. I love everybody. And a lot of people are like, where are you from? They think I'm from the South, you know? I said, I'm from the Midwest, and that's my blood, right? And I treat everybody well. I pay them well. And it's how I roll. And that's what I do. And I was known, in high school, I got best personality. And I'm going to say this because this is PG-13, right?
Yep.
I got best boobs, best body, best personality, best legs. But, I'm known as a kind-hearted sweetheart, and I'm proud of that in my hometown and everywhere in New York City. And, people want me to run for mayor, but no, gosh, I don't want politics, because I want people, politics would just be, you don't want people hating you, for no reason. So no, I stay away from that. Yeah. So, but I care and I help out. And did that answer your question?
It certainly did. Do you have any upcoming shows that you have already booked?
I got some things brewing, and I'll have you on there, darling. You're like my Marilyn Monroe mojo sister.
I'll be there, girl. I'll be there.
I don't know. I don't know, like my vibe. Yeah, so I'm a ditzy blonde, but hey, it works for me.
It does work for you.
I'll have you on there. I just did the one at the Broadway Club. I did one at the Funny Bone, and I brought my New York City comedians there, and I'm going to do another one. And I'm always like waiting for the next like cool project. Like right now, I'm launching more media. I don't know, my brand kind of took off. That is something unexpected, and that's great. Like in the creativity world, I always tell people, like from the Dr. Seuss book, all the places you will go, you don't know. I don't even know where Lady Miss Fabulous came from, but all of a sudden she took up at Dangerfield. They're like, you need a cape, you need, I'm like, that's great. And then Miss Fabulous people gave me the name, and then we put Lady on it, and now she's this person who helps you get through life. Okay, get your Supergirl on, get your superhero on, and do it. You got this, right? So then now she's getting trademarked. She's at the USPTO. So she's getting she's already common law rights, but we're working on. I got so many things going on. Some of my students say I'm a lot, and I say, yes, honey, I have to
be. So you have students you're teaching performance to?
Yeah, so that's another thing. I love it. That's part of what my brand is being branded for. Comedy shows, music, my songs, the brand on the media, all my media is being trademarked. And then also my coaching and mentoring, which I love. And I'll coach singing, piano. I've helped comedians will say, help me clean up my act. Like, okay, let's try these jokes. We can do it. Okay. I also work with special needs, and I love it, and I always say it's different abilities rule the world, right? So I do a lot, and that's my way of building people up, giving back, and empowering people through my brand. Does that answer your question?
It does. It certainly does. So we couldn't hear you on the piano, but normally you would play a song and sing and make it, and it would be funny because you're just naturally funny.
I am. I don't even know.
That I love that because there's so many people that are book smart funny, you know,
Oh, I
like
don't. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means, sweetheart.
I think that there are people out there who have learned they're not necessarily funny, but they've studied what other people in comedy do and they're replicating it, or they're being funny on stage, but in real life, they're not that funny. And so it's an act. And it's okay if it's an act. But I like it when it's like you, where you're naturally funny.
Wow. You know, my daddy always taught me when we were working on the house, if it looks straight, it is straight. When, instead of using a level. So I always say, if it is funny, it's funny. I don't even know what it means. If people are laughing, I have no idea why. And I've used that line in one of my Broadway club shows. I said, if you're laughing, I have no idea why. And then they start laughing. I go, I don't even understand that. And then they laugh again. I said, see, we could do this all night, but I actually think I have material.
I
I don't
love
know. All I know,
I love that
I
you
go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead.
I love that you don't know what's
I
funny.
don't.
That's
I
that
really don't.
but that
In fact, Linda, I sometimes get a little. Whoa, whoops. There we go. Oops. Oh, did I lose you?
no, I'm here.
Well, we can all tell that I have a great love life, right? I've had two guys already message me during this.
Wow.
You know, I love men. I like to empower them, and that's all right, right? I love them. They're
That's
great.
that.
I have a lot of guy friends. Okay, so
I think it's so refreshing that you don't know why you're funny. And I hope you never figure it out because you're
oh my God, I love you. My mom says the same thing. You're too young to be my mama, but she said, I said, Mom, I don't understand this. I'll go to Burn Dairy and they give me sandwiches and they like come back at this time and wear your funny outfit and crack some jokes and they give me, free coffees. And I'm like, I don't even know. And she said, don't ever try to figure it out. And I'm not gonna.
don't, it'll ruin it. Whatever you are is perfect. And I love the approach that you don't even know what's funny or why you're funny or why people are laughing.
No, I mean, sometimes I think if they're laughing at me, that's fine. They're laughing. I'm all good.
That's great.
But you're gonna love this. Go ahead, dear.
You go ahead.
So when I was in New York City, or when I'm in New York City, something always happens, right? You're walking down the street. I wear these gold outfits. I love my outfits. That kind of took off, like a young Joan Rivers or something. I love my fashion. So I was at Five Guys, not with all my five guys, everybody who's listening. I was at Five Guys waiting for my bus, and I take the bus, I take the bus places, I was waiting for my bus. I was going to go over to Port Authority and, or the subway, and this guy comes to me because I love your outfit, girl. It's like cosmic Supergirl, whatever. I go, oh my God, that's what it is. And he was a fashion designer and he's been on Netflix, fashion, whatever. And I said to him, I don't even know what I'm doing, sweetheart. I just have fun. And he said to me, you know what you're doing. You have style. I go, what is that? He goes, you got it. And he empowered me. I love, his name is Real Mannequin. You can get him on Instagram. He empowered me to keep going with this style. I like what I wear. I just have fun and I just enjoy it. And I get all my outfits at the thrift shop. It takes me under $5 to look this tacky. And I love it. And that's something I've added, like writing the love songs. And then my outfits have all kind of become that part of empowerment. Define who you are, express yourself, creativity.
Ah, that's wonderful. Absolutely. And that's so encouraging that so many people are shutting down these days and life is coming at them and they feel they have no control. And the only control we have is who we are. And when you just are who you are, your world opens up. It doesn't shut down.
Yeah, and believe me, I mean, I've felt that. I've censored myself. I've filtered myself, but I'm not going to do it. I won't. I've worked too hard. And that is thank you for saying that, because yes, Lady Miss Fabulous is comedy and music. And but there's, I may be act a silly ditzy blonde, but there's some meat to what I'm doing. The purpose of Lady Miss Fabulous is to be your authentic self 100% and have your voice. Your voice needs to be heard. Freedom.
So many entertainers need to hear this, and not just comedians.
Yes, we need freedom. We need freedom to express ourselves. We need that. We need it. We need it in this country.
Especially with cancel culture. A lot of comedians, for instance, are backing away from doing anything that offends anybody, and they're losing their power and their voice and their individuality.
Yeah, it's hard. I get that. And I'm hoping that things will start transforming, back to freedoms and freedom of speech.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
absolutely
the pendulum it's swinging over here, but it'll come back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will Infinity, and that's the song I was trying to play for everybody. My next song I'll post it, Infinity Love. It's called Infinity Love, right? And I've written freedom songs too. But the fact of the freedom, that is a core universal principle, and it will find its way forever, because that is what lasts time, is the principle of freedom. Everybody wants that. Everybody needs it. And if it gets interfered with, believe me, it will fight its way back. Revolution.
That's so true. So true. Well, tell people what you want them to know or do, or how they can spread the word about Lady Miss Fabulous.
Well, I empower people to however they want. I have a video clip that says, "Lower Love, Lady Miss Fabulous. You get to choose." Well, the people chose Lady Miss Fabulous. That brand took off. And the biggest thing that I would say, and one of my phrases, is no one can be you better than you, Linda. No one can be me better than me. And we are all Lady Miss Fabulous, which means the freedom to do that. And I have a few other phrases like, well, I believe in you. My daddy believed in me, and my mom, my whole family. And I'm my own business, brand. And that's what, find your voice in singing and comedy, find your voice in life. And that's what it's all about. Got to keep that voice, alive,
You are motivational. You could be a motivational speaker with the message you just said.
Yes, I've done that. I've coached basketball and I was always the motivational speaker. And that is also how Lady Miss Fabulous started, coaching, so, and, the inspirational, I would say I'm an inspirational, because motivation is one of those things. It's like, I'm not always motivated, but I always have to find my inspiration. I'm always finding it, digging deep for where my inspiration is. And I do want for the world and everyone to just be their best selves. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, yes. I know maybe I'm idealistic, I know, but you know what? That is what we base things on, is ideals, and we should go for it. And we gotta have that, right?
Yes. Anna, let's go serious for a second. I know that you're very happy and you're very inspiring, but let's go serious. Let's say out of the blue, you'll wake up, you hear some news that's bad, or you something's bothering you, something's on your mind. Where does Lady Miss Fabulous go to get reconnected to your inner self? When I'm sad, when I doubt myself, I turn on a video of Christopher Titus doing comedy. And I watch it until
Wow.
I play it over and over because his comedy speaks confidence, and it speaks not letting anything get in your way and not caring what people think. He speaks to me like he's doing his comedy, but it's speaking to me. Who speaks to you on a down day?
Um, there's a lot that it's hard to say. I'm always digging deep. I dig deep. The dark night of the soul, compost of the soul. One of my phrases, heart and soul is my Prada. I dig to my heart and soul, and whatever comes to me. Sometimes I write a love song. I wrote a love song in French about how my heart keeps break. Oh my goodness, my phone. Okay, lost you. Okay. I wrote a love song in French about how many times can a heart break before it just can't break anymore? You know what I got to do? I got to believe in love. There, I just answered your question. Love is a superpower. Creativity. I'll find something to be. I'll transform it. I will always transform something. And yes, sometimes I'm inspired by comedy or music or the sun. The sun gets up every day. Hallelujah. I'm like, thank you. I always got our best friend, the sun. I always say if the sun's not coming up, we're in trouble. So
That's so true.
Yeah, the sun and the moon. That's very out there. I mean, they don't call me cosmic Supergirl for nothing. I guess
Yes.
I do get very cosmic. I do. I get big. I think big. I think of the cosmos. We're this wonderful planet here. And that I have to admit, I think you just inspired. I didn't even know this, right? I had no idea, but Lady Miss Fabulous has become this cosmic thing. But that the roots of that, on a serious note, yes, I crack jokes, but it's all to deal with everything. Comedy is a way to deal with traumas and all that. And I don't even want to go into what I've been through and back and forth, because we've all been through something, and we all been through a lot, and I choose to be happy. It's not always a choice, but I'll sometimes just choose it. I choose it. I choose my mindset. It's kind of like, I put my outfit on and I get my mindset. Yeah, I've got the wind knocked out of me how many times? Every knock is a boost. Holy moly, I'm not giving up. But I don't be thinking all this is, sparkles and glam and fun and joke. No, I have got the wind knocked out of me, and I will again. I mean, we all do. So
Right.
Yeah, is it hard to find it? Yeah, and sometimes it's a different solution. Sometimes I gotta sleep it off. I'm like, I need to take a break from the world. Okay, and I'll just sleep. Like Rip Van Winkle, and or I'll, like I said, I go to the cosmos. And that gives me a big picture. But then what I say to my people and my super fans, and everyone, don't do what I do. Do what works for you.
Exactly.
For example, they say you look great. I go, yeah, I got rid of my husband. But hey, my friends who are married, I said, don't do that. Don't. That worked for me. I love them dearly, but marriage for me, I have bodyguards and I have a lot of them. So why have one man when you can have the admiration of many? That's a whole nother show. But I hope that answered your question, and see, you found your thing that you need to do. Sometimes for me, it's coffee. Okay, tomorrow I get to wake up for my cup of coffee. And sometimes I take that seriously. Coffee. I have one guy friend who brings me coffee beans. This is important. So Sometimes it's my coffee. Sometimes it's my music. Sometimes it's friends and family. For me, sometimes it's my outfit, but I try to empower people to do exactly what works for you, what works for Linda, what
I
works
love
for
that.
you. It's different where everybody's what I find is so beautiful. Everyone's so unique and beautiful and authentic. That's what I love hearing people's stories. I would love to hear more of your story. Can I interview you?
Yes, you can interview me. Absolutely. Let's set up a time. When we get off of here, we'll set up a time where we come on here and you are interviewing me. Sure.
I love that. You don't want to do it right now?
No, I can't do it today, but I would love to.
I know. Okay.
I would love to.
And we'll also meet for coffee in New York City.
What?
We'll meet for coffee in New York City.
We have to. We're going to be good buddies. Give me 5 or give me a fist bump.
Give a boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing who you are. I adore you. You are the world needs authentically refreshing people.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank
I've had
you.
people say we need. I've had people say that to me.
You've re-inspired me. I see a lot of copycats. You are not a copycat. Thank you.
I don't even know what a copycat is. Good.
Don't even Google it.
No, I won't. This is our job. If we're not our best 100% authentic self, what are we doing, darling?
Thank you. You gotta be you. Nobody does it better than you, Lori Larson.
Yeah, Lori Larson. And then this lady, Miss Fabulous. I actually have a tattoo of her. You can go on my media, everybody. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm adding YouTube. And thanks to wonderful Linda Marcus Smith to have this. And I'm launching more. There'll be a website. And I'm just launching more. I don't know. I just kind of going with it, right?
Yes, do it. I can't wait to meet you in person. I can't wait to perform around you. And we're going to help other people find their natural self because we're going to be ourselves.
Yes.
And the world needs it so badly.
It really does. And you know what? We're going to get knocked, we're going to have some tough things happen. We got to, and hey, I always say I'm a hot mess. We're all a hot mess, and Lady was fabulous. It's okay. It's okay to be a hot mess. Be imperfectly perfect. That's the beauty of it. I love that, I love the beauty of authentic. It's like organic fruits and vegetables. One's got a bruise, one's got the yes.
That's right. All right. When I buy things for my apartment, I buy them only if they're imperfect. If I see a scratch or it's missing paint or it's broken, but it's put back together, that's what I want. I want to be surrounded by things that are imperfect.
Absolutely. I mean, I have a fixer-upper house and I love it. And I buy, you'll go on my media, everybody, and I do thrifting and thriving. And I'll transform. That's part of Lady Miss Fabulous, transformation alchemy. And it's empowerment, how to take something and have it really fun. I mean, this whole outfit is, from a thrift shop. So I'll take items and paint them or this or that. Fun. I love it.
Now you're in New York, so when you run into anybody that I know, give them my love, especially the people that have encouraged your comedy. You know who I'm talking about. They've done a magical job of letting you remain you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, honey, we are aligned.
Yes.
We might be related. Like, I don't know. We're sisterhood now.
We are. Thank you, Lori Larson. So we're going to come back on, everybody. You're going to follow her. She's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. She's going to get a website. Her YouTube's coming. Lady Ms. Fabulous. Lady Ms. MS period, fabulous. You know how to spell.
Yeah, Lady Miss Fabulous, all one word. Yep.
And
You'll
even if
find
you're
it.
a guy, even if you're a guy, keep your eyes open for somebody that claims that they're Lady Miss Fabulous, because she is.
Well, my drag queens love me.
That there you go. They know. They will spot a fake. If drag queens love you, you're for real.
Yeah, I mean, I want, so it's all good. So I love you, Linda. You're doing great. Keep up the great work. And my daddy was 82nd Airborne paratrooper.
What? Your dad was 82nd Airborne? Thank you, sir. Wow. That's
And he had the
awesome.
tattoo. Yeah. So,
oh my gosh. How's your dad? Is he well?
Well, he's up above watching everything I do.
Oh,
so
look I wear my dog tags.
Yep.
If I ever have a fire, this is the only thing I want to take with me.
See, I got you.
Yeah.
And he really, as a man, right? As a dad, he gave me confidence. He believed in me. He said, you're my genius. You're my Jessica Rabbit. And he just really, all this confidence. He was 6'4", and everyone says I walk around like I'm 7 feet. I'm only 5'4". So I built a fence with my daddy. He taught me how to change a tire, and I have a fixer-upper house that I do all this work myself, and he's guiding me. And I produce these shows, and I didn't even know women in comedy was a different thing. I didn't know that, right?
Fabulous.
All right.
Thank you so much, Lady Miss Fabulous. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you back.